provides for those ones who have their in-house pension schemes to opt out once they ask permission from the Retirement Benefits Authority. So they have the freedom to move out.
Okay.
And in fact, some of them are already ring-fenced by the NSSF Act itself. That those ones who have pension schemes that can pass the test of time, they are free to go away. But there are so many of Kenyans who do not have a pension scheme. Remember, our Tier 1 is a provident fund. When you retire, you'll be given all your money.
Okay.
But part of what you're contributing for Tier 2 is what is pension, where we are going to agree to give you, say like 30%, then 70% will be paying you until you leave this world. So people who are talking like that are they're being a bit selfish, because they don't want to accord these other fellow Kenyans who do not have a pension scheme the chance of enjoying what NSF is offering them as a pension scheme. But for me, it's people are very resistant to change.
Right.
People are resistant to change, and some people, when you are in some comfort zone, you feel the fear for the unknown. But we are open. We are ready to dialogue with them. In fact, they couldn't have gone to court. They could have just come to us
to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Let me just take you back to what you mentioned about Tier 1 and Tier 2. Could you break it down in terms of the difference when you say, you know, Tier 1, when you retire, you're given all the money, but Tier 2, this is exactly what happens. What makes it different, and where do each and every Kenyan actually fall?
I'll scratch on the surface and let my colleague delve in the details. But Tier 1 is basically the first pillar of Social Security, which NSSF provides, which is also compulsory. It is a compulsory contribution. But Tier 2 is optional for those ones who have a pension scheme. But for those ones who do not have a pension scheme, they can get solace in Tier 2, because that is the pension aspect of it, and the Tier 1 is the provident. Maybe my colleague could add on that.
Yes. Thank you. Because of what you have asked, that if we came and said start paying 6%, which is 12% of the entire gross pay of an employee, it will be very expensive, so to speak. So it was decided that we had a negotiation, we had a discussion with employers, and agreed that we implement these contributions in a structured manner. So we agreed that for the first year, we cap all the monies, the salaries at 18, being the highest upper earning limit, and the lower earning limit being 6%. So now it's 6%, or call it 12% of the lower earning limit of the pension earnings, which will give you about 720. And then what remains between 18 and 6 is 12,000. We again subject it to 12%, which gives you 1440. 720 plus that will give you 2160. The purpose is that first tier, which is the 6,000, is mandatory, and therefore for the first pillar which you was talking about, which everybody must pay. But then now that what remains is Tier 2, which you have an option. If you have a scheme, that is where you take your Tier 2. And you still have an option, either leave it with NSSF or take it to your scheme.
What if I do not have another option? And could somebody just be contributing to NSSF and do Tier 1 and Tier 2 at the same time?
Yes. It would be advisable, of course, if you ask me, because we already have structures. It is cheaper to save with us, and we give good interest, which is compounded, and it will be something to consider.
Let me get back to the messaging, how we give this messaging out here, because I believe if we did the proper messaging, we'll not be seeing an uproar from 6,000 people who say we do not want this deduction, an increase in deduction. Do people really understand that this is meant for them, that they're going to benefit from it?
You know, if you go out of this country, don't even go very far. Go to Uganda, go to Tanzania, go to Rwanda. And Kenya is an economic powerhouse, as we claim. But if we do not change our attitude, including service culture, these guys are going to overtake us, because they're saving more than us. Our neighbors are going to retire in a better situation, more dignified than Kenyans if we don't change our mindset. Because one of the things that you need to know is that NSSF money is your personal money. Nobody can access that money apart from yourself. Not even your child, not even your wife can access that money as long as you're alive. That is so part to you that nobody can touch it. And one of the things that I'm even asking, we are complaining about 2,000 shillings and 1,000 shillings from yourself, 1,000 from your employer. So that's 2,000 shillings per month. Can you live on 2,000 shillings per month when you retire? You can't. Per month. You can't live on 2,000 shillings per month when you retire. So this is why we are bringing this conversation and telling them, brothers and sisters, let us try to think about the future. And in fact, economists say that if it doesn't hurt you saving, you're not saving. It has to be so heavy that you feel a pinch of saving. That's when you be doing real saving. We sit here and say, see wazungus coming here, they're enjoying. These guys have a very strong savings culture. Yeah.
So it is the issue of saving, and at the end of the day, the person that is going to benefit from this is the common person.